arm. That's how it should be. Hold the bat so that you have maximum movement of the wrist in all directions. If you twist the racket out of the ideal grip, you lose the movement in one position or another. This is what the ideal grip looks like. From the initial position, you should, with good balance, be able to serve over the whole table quickly. The object is to find the right distance from the table for your initial position, a distance that suits your style of game. Being able to put top spin on the ball is something that all players must be able to do. It's the basis for being able to return a serve well. Here, Ulf Ticken Karlsson. It's important to get under the ball with the bat, just as Erik Lind does, so that it's you and not your opponent who decides the spin. The earlier you hit the ball after the bounce, the less time your opponent has to react. You must move on your feet all the time, so that you stand in the right position in relationship to the ball. Notice also how Erik Lind keeps his eyes on the ball all the time. You miss less if you concentrate on the ball. When playing backhand shots close to the table, you use your wrist and forearm in order to achieve a fast shot. Look at how Marie Lindblad does the movement. You must give the ball some speed with each shot, otherwise your opponent will set the pace. You must work near the table so that you can always hit the ball as it rises after the bounce. Notice how Erik Lind keeps his eyes fixed on the ball. Look at how Jan-Ove Waldner keeps up the pressure on the ball all the time, and thus forces Kucharski away from the table. Here, Ulf Bengtsson must work with both leg and stomach muscles in order to achieve the maximum effect with this shot. Train to keep your arm movement so small that you always have time to hit the ball at or immediately after its highest point. It's important to keep moving all the time, vertically as well, in order to be on balance when you strike. Look at how well Mikael Appelgren uses the twist of the upper part of his body to give maximum power to the loop. When you loop against bottom spin, you can hit the ball a little later. This allows you to judge the ball's spin better. Try to vary the spin and speed in the loop. That makes it more difficult for your opponent. Notice how Jan Uve's bat is a perfect extension of his arm. Here, Glenn Öst is using many balls, an effective way of training. It can be difficult to neutralize a strong bottom spin. You must use your leg muscles. Look at how Ulf Bengtsson does it. Here is Erik Lind against the Chinese Chen Xinhua. Notice how Erik varies both the force and placing of the loop. You have to do this against a good defensive player. To play a safe backhand loop, you must always have your body perfectly balanced with your center of gravity forward so that you meet the ball when you hit it. Remember then, center of gravity forward. Look at how Ulf Tikkan Karlsson uses his wrist precisely at the moment of contact in order to give the ball maximum speed and spin. Look at Tikkan's wrist. Notice how long Mikael Appelgren plays the ball. The further out on the table you place the ball, the more difficult it is for your opponent to attack. Here against the Chinese, Xi Xiaiki.